And next, Ray Suarez continues his series about the changing energy picture in this country. Tonight he visits Colorado, where natural gas is taking center stage, prompting questions about the future of both coal and alternative energy resources.
For a long time, it was simple and straightforward here in Colorado. The coal sits in big fat seams close to the surface. Strip off a layer of soil, pull out the coal, burn it right next door to make electricity, and sell what you don't burn right here. It's not so simple anymore. Increased federal regulations of electric power plants have made it tougher to meet EPA guidelines burning only coal. At the same time, the price of natural gas has been dropping, and we've been finding it in more and more places, and that has set up a tough battle between the coal companies and the natural gas industry. When the new regulations are fully phased in, Colorado utilities are going to burn a lot less coal, converting some plants to burning natural gas, shutting others down altogether.
We went in and we reformed all the rules.
During his time as Colorado's governor, Bill Ritter brokered the deal with the state's largest electricity producer.
Over time, the use of coal will depend a lot upon what kind of research and development can lead to cleaner coal alternatives. If they're not there and they're not economical and they can't compete with gas or renewables, then they'll go away.
The United States is in the midst of a gas revolution. More deposits are found with every passing year that can be drilled economically. Right now, gas is really cheap to burn and cleaner than coal.
By transitioning from coal to natural gas, you can reduce carbon monoxide and particulates by 90%. You can reduce nitrogen oxides by 80%, carbon dioxide by more than 40%, and you can essentially reduce and eliminate sulfur dioxide and mercury altogether. These are significant benefits for Coloradans' health and for overall air quality here.
Cheap, abundant gas, less pollution, less coal getting burned. To the Secretary of the Interior, natural gas is transforming the economics of making power in America.
I think it will become a centerpiece of our energy portfolio for the next century for a lot of reasons. It's one of the greatest opportunities that we see for both our economic security, our national security, and our environmental security.
Sounds so simple, you might ask, why make all that investment in wind, solar, and other forms of renewables when there's so much gas?
In my view, and the President's view, this is not at all displace what we want to do with solar and with wind energy.
Salazar says both gas and renewables reduce the country's energy imports and make economic sense. Some environmentalists worry that the gas boom, instead of leading to a clean energy future, just gets us hooked on a new fossil fuel.
The bar just got a bit higher for the entrance of some of these new and alternative technologies into the energy mix.
Dan Arvisu directs the National Renewable Energy Lab in Colorado. He concedes the new supplies of cheap gas have challenged the cost-effectiveness of renewables. Natural gas is a bridge to the new technologies his scientists are inventing, he says, not a replacement for them. Cheap gas buys some time.
If we did not have natural gas as this potential opportunity, then I think we would be in a much more urgent set of conditions than we are today. So it gives us a little bit of time to really solve the problem much more deliberately and hopefully that has long-lasting sort of impacts to it.
Arvisu notes every energy source has benefits and costs. Gas offers flexibility. After all, the sun doesn't always shine and the wind doesn't always blow. A power plant can throw a switch and start burning gas for power immediately. That's something you can't do with coal.
So backing off of this is a really bad idea.
The former governor told me you can't stop investing in renewables, even while taking full advantage of new gas supplies.
We have to view this as a global competition where we actually can capture the innovation part of it. Our scientists are still the best in the world. We own the innovation space, and then we have to decide how much of the manufacturing space we want to own.
That's the vision. But right now, there are looming deadlines to meet for Colorado's energy producers.
Xcel Energy has a portfolio of old coal-burning plants, like this one just north of Denver, that will stop burning coal soon to meet the new targets. demolition to make way for the new generator is underway.
We've already shut Unit 1 down now. So
David Eves, CEO of Denver's main electric utility, says the new gas-burning capacity and the closure of aging coal-only plants protect his customers against the costs of future regulation and price swings, even while his customers pay to build the new plants.
The other thing our customers get out of this plan is a good balance of energy. At the end of the decade, 48% of our energy will still come from coal-fired plants, and about a third of our energy will come from natural gas-fired plants, including what will be here, and the other 25% or so will come from wind and solar and other renewable sources.
Catch that? Even with all the new gas supply, new plant investment, and regulation, coal will still account for almost half Colorado's electricity. That's still way down from earlier levels, and that has the coal industry pushing back.
I think it's a shame if we move away from coal production and from the use of coal for electricity in this country. Number one, it's our most abundant energy fuel.
Not only is much of the world's coal in the U.S., Sanderson says, the natural gas industry has done a great public relations job, exaggerating the environmental advantages of gas, for one, without mentioning frequent spikes and drops in price.
Coal also is associated with much lower electricity rates for energy consumers. And in fact, our data shows that the price of natural gas is, over time, double that of coal and with much more volatility.
The coal industry still has its supporters. Tri-State, the energy cooperative that serves rural Colorado, is suing the federal government to stop the regulatory pressure to burn less coal.
The EPA has grossly exceeded their authority when it comes to new regulations that affect coal plants. We need to make sure that we don't arbitrarily take options off the table. We can't take a coal option off the table. We can't only rely on gas.
So much American electricity comes from coal, the country won't have a way of doing without it anytime soon. But energy analysts across the country are likely to keep a close watch on how the changes in Colorado unfold.
Tomorrow, Ray reports from Utah, where a new approach to managing resources and public land has led to a remarkable partnership. And there's much more online tonight, where you can find just about everything you wanted to know about hydraulic fracturing, commonly called fracking. It's the controversial practice largely responsible for the boom in natural gas production.